3 years ago, this young mom gave up her corporate job, sold her house, and literally put all her eggs in one basket to create a unique company that celebrates the fun and kitsch side of India. Today, you will find Chumbak everywhere, in every store, airport, and millions of homes. Please welcome the Queen of Quirk, Shubhra Chadda. You know, Shubhra, I've always thought India is like an art installation, you know. Especially recently, people are kind of noticing the kitsch side of India and appreciating it. But how did you turn this idea into a company?
My dad was in the Air Force and we got to travel a lot within India. And that's where I discovered my love for travel and really understood all that India had to offer. And once I started traveling abroad and I developed this obsessive habit of sort of collecting fridge magnets. And I was sitting there one day admiring my collection of fridge magnets. And I realized I had nothing on India. So I went around looking for fridge magnets and I couldn't find any. So then I said, you know, why don't I do it? That's how it started. You know, it started with my need to collect fridge magnets. And,
at some point, you have to share a picture of your fridge with us.
yes,
I'm sure
yes.
it's...
I've bought a double door just to accommodate my fridge magnets now.
You seem to be risk averse. And you're one of the few people who I have met that actually bought a house by the time you turned 23. And you do not come from a family of entrepreneurs.
No.
So, how does this person give it all up?
You know, this love for travel and to really find something that would fit into the whole tourism travel space was important. So I took on BCom with travel and tourism, hoping that I'd be able to do something in that space. Unfortunately, there weren't many opportunities. So I fell back on the commerce field and joined KPMG. And it was brilliant exposure, but I couldn't see myself do that for the rest of my life. So I took a call. After a year, I went up to my partner and I said, you know what? The year's been fantastic, but I think I need to explore more opportunities. And he was livid, Dad was livid, the whole world was livid, and you know, almost like, you know, what's wrong with this woman? But I took that call. I joined an NGO. We were working with the craftspeople in Gujarat. That year was fantastic. Unfortunately, started missing the money.
Right.
So there wasn't any money there. So that's when I joined NetApp. And while I was at NetApp, you know, that's when I got the opportunity to travel a lot and see what's out there, see the world, and start collecting the souvenirs and realize we didn't have any. You know, I had a look in mind, but I knew that it needed to represent sort of contemporary, modern, colorful, everyday life of India. People were still showing stuff which was the old, very fine, arty miniature painting. So it took me a while to get the right artist. And then once the designs were ready and I started showing them around, there was so much of excitement.
Right.
Right? Like people just sort of reacted to them in a way that was amazing. And then I walked up to my boss and I said, I think I want to quit and start something on my own. And I was all of 24. So he's like, sit down. Here, a glass of water. Now, what do you have in mind? So I said, fridge magnets. And he looked like he's a guy, 44, doesn't get it. Fridge magnets? Like, what are you talking about? So then he said, are you nuts? You know, here you have a secure sort of job, probably get a hike in the next 2-3 months, EMIs to pay, a lifestyle to maintain. And I think I kind of sold out. And this sort of became a dream that I pretty much stopped thinking about.
Oh, really? Okay. So you've always been very career-driven. A couple of years ago, you became a mother and had to quit your job. And that's always very challenging, you know. So tell me about that experience.
You know, 2 years into Nortel, Samara, my daughter, happened. And I thought, you know what, like 6 months, 1 year, and then I'll bounce right back. But she was 1 year old. So I said, okay, another month and another month and another month. And I was at home with her and it was nice. I didn't want to leave her. But at the same time, I was getting a little frustrated. And then I'd wait for Vivek to come home after a long day's work and pounce on him for all my intellectual stimulation. And he's like, can you spare me? You know, this is my downtime. And one day, you know, we'd gone out and I walk in and on the dining table right there were these fridge magnets that he had got printed, put, you know.
Of your designs.
Personalized things and the keychains. I looked at it and I said, wow, you know. And I think that's when it hit me that this could be real.
That was your aha moment,
Yes.
and there was no turning back. When I started my art gallery, I had this fancy card that said president. But you know what I didn't have in print was that I was my own secretary, driver, peon, delivery person, everything, you know. So tell me about the first 2 years of Chumbak and what it really meant.
You know, it meant being all of those things and more. It meant having sleepless nights because you've placed orders and you've transferred the money, but you don't know. So I would wake up in a sweat thinking, oh my God, is Cherry going to send stones in the carton instead of products?
That's your agent in
China. Plus packing, figuring out how, you know, does bubble wrap work better or does duct tape work better? Begging my aunt for space to store my stuff. Yeah, I've done it all.
And you started with just e-commerce? Is that how it worked?
No, actually we started with stores. People think of us
as an e-commerce
company because we're most active online. I think that's probably for a startup the easiest way to communicate and get across to our customers. So we're very active socially, you know, Facebook, all of that. We have now 120 stores across the country and 6 of our own now.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Well, that was my next question. Your original dream was to start a little boutique and surround yourself with pretty things like a little cafe. But you know, somewhere along the way, you've really scaled up. What has that journey been like?
Once we saw the traction Chumbak had, I said, you know, either it can be a company that we own and we, you know, sort of bring up, and then it'll always be small, but something that we have complete control over, or let's make it big. It took me a week to think about this, but, you know, said no, it would be a pity to sort of
It just has to be in every home.
Yes.
And it's in homes around the world. You're selling in Japan and where else?
UK, US, Japan, Australia.
And recently you have been funded by a VC. What's that journey been like?
I think it's been fabulous. And I think today, the kind of decisions one can make and the kind of support and the team I have, I couldn't have dreamt of.
Every entrepreneur's dilemma is that, you know, it might change your company's philosophy, and giving up, everyone is nervous to give up a stake in their dream.
So I think it's very important to find someone who believes in the idea, and we've been fortunate enough to do that.
Recently, you got an email in your inbox from Google, and you were selected, you were the only company selected in Asia Pacific as a company that was very successful in just growing on the internet. That is absolutely incredible that Google got in touch with one company.
I had to blink like 3 times.
What did the email say?
It just said that you know, we're looking for young startups who've done something different, and you know, we'd love to feature you. So we went through multiple rounds of screening, and I believe there were about 50 companies that they shortlisted and then interviewed 30 of them, including some in Tokyo and Thailand, and lo and behold, we got an email saying. They only did 3 case studies, so one from Europe, and then US, and then Asia Pacific. So Chumbak was selected. She's like, your products are so colorful. They make just amazing sort of photographs and videos, and it's just interesting. So,
can you share some of your stats? You've got some amazing you have an amazing following online. You have like almost 150,000 fans on Facebook, and tell me some of your online stats.
So we have 1.5 lakh followers. we haven't spent much money on advertising or anything, so I'm assuming this is all word of mouth and
organic.
just spreading. We have close to 90,000 people on our site every month, growing month on month. Online contributes about 10% to our overall business. We've grown 300% year on year.
Fantastic.
And I finally cracked the airports and some of the more fussy chain stores. That feels good.
Shubhra, what would be your advice to aspiring entrepreneurs?
You've really got to love what you want to do, and you're going to have many sleepless nights, and you're going to wonder why you thought of it in the first place many times. So you've really got to believe in what you're starting. The second thing is to get your hands dirty, to really try and dive and understand every aspect of your business, and to start. Once you make a commitment, it's important to put your money where your mouth, like really jump right in.
Right.
And throw yourself in it.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Thank you so much, Shubhra. This has been very, very inspiring, but I'm not going to let you go yet. As you know, we have a round called the Quickie with Namu Kini. Hollywood or Bollywood?
Hollywood.
Masala dosa or papadi chaat?
Masala dosa.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Your favorite travel destination?
Rajasthan.
Suitcase or backpack?
Now suitcase.
Morning or evening person?
Morning.
The best thing about India?
Color and people.
Your proudest moment?
When Samara said, you're the best mommy in the whole world.
Do you miss being a suit? Shubhra Chadda, everybody.